Hello, my friend! I am Andrei, motorcycle instructor from Russian Advanced Riding School, motocontrol.ru. Today I will practice my English and give you some tips and tricks to ride better. If you are a beginner rider, there are a few simple things that you can do to ride much better in very short period of time. First thing, choose the right bike for you. Yes, of course you can ride any bike at the end of the day and learn some skills on it. But on some bikes you will learn much faster. But if you already have one, don't worry, just skip this part of video. Or better, listen to my great wisdom anyway. Your first bike better be heaviest and most powerful bike you can get. Heavy is good, heavy is reliable. Trust me. You will drop your bike and pick it up more than once during your training. And you will not only learn to ride better, but you will also lift your bike and become stronger. But really, get yourself an inexpensive upright lightweight bike with ABS. Treat it like your learning machine. It may not be the coolest and best motorcycle ever made, but you will learn basic skills much faster on this bike. You can always get your dream bike later, no need to rush it. As a learning bike, on our courses we use KTM 390 Duke. It's lightweight, agile, very easy to handle and easy to maintain. Also, it doesn't suffer much from falls and tip-overs if you added engine guards and lever protection. This bike can easily teach you a lot of stuff from slow speed riding to track riding. I can definitely recommend this type of motorcycle to a beginner rider. Second thing that you definitely want to get covered is gear. For any type of street riding, I recommend to use full protective gear all the time. It can and will save your health and your money, probably even more than once. Get good quality gear. Make sure it has elbows, shoulders, back, hips and knees protection. Gloves should have leather palm with slider and knuckle protection. Boots must be high motorcycle boots with toe and ankle protection. And buy yourself full face ECE rated helmet. I will release a more detailed video about motorcycle gear soon. The link will be available below. Alright, you have a bike and good quality gear. Now it's time to learn actual riding techniques. Let's start with the body position. Actually, body position is pretty big topic. It can drastically affect handling of your bike. But this video is intended for beginners, so here I'll talk only about standard neutral riding position. The most common beginner riding position looks like this: straight locked arms, feet on pegs are like this, with toes sticking out, and knees are flopping around. Don't sit on a motorcycle like you sitting on a chair on a bench. Instead, place your feet on the pegs like this. This way you'll be able to stand up a little on the road bumps. And most importantly, you'll not tear your new shine boots on asphalt in road bends. If your bike has floorboards instead of foot pegs, place your feet firmly on floorboards and make sure nothing's sticking out. Squeeze the tank with your knees. You don't have to squeeze it super tight, just a little bit. Usually it's enough. Try to keep your back and neck straight to help keep your head up. And now the most important part, your arms. Since every motorcycle is in fact a self-stabilizing system, your job is not to interfere with it more than necessary. So keep your arms bent and relaxed and pay attention to not steer when it's not necessary. All your steering inputs should be conscious. Many people steer unconsciously. Make sure you're not one of them. Now about your hands. Keep them also relaxed. Try to make all your hand movements slow and smooth. Apply the throttle and brake progressively and slowly, and your bike will respond just as slowly, smoothly and predictably. Again, your arms and hands are most important part of your body position. pay a lot of attention to them, especially when you just start to riding. Arms should be always relaxed and bent. If you need to lean forward or sit closer to the tank to keep your arms bent, it's okay. Later you will learn how to use another body positions to your advantage. Let's move on. Very important part of your riding is how you use your head and eyes. Humans have binocular vision. Simply put, our brain gets two slightly different pictures from two eyes and compare them to acquire a full 3D picture of our surroundings. Because of that, it's very important to not just turn your eyeballs, but you have to turn your whole head and look dead straight where you want to go. Very common misunderstanding is that our hands naturally follows our head, and we automatically steer like that. Actually, to become better rider, we need to learn how to use our head and eyes and hands independently. Head and eyes acquire information about road ahead. Our brain decides what to do, and only then we use our hands to steer, accelerate or brake. Some exercises in our course are specifically designed to make head and arm movement independent from each other. So, learn how to use your head and eyes properly, but not overthink it. You will use it to get visual information, not to actually steer your bike. One of the first things you really should learn is a proper way to use friction zone. It's real handy technique when you are riding in heavy traffic, when you are lane speeding, when you're making tight turn, when you slowly going over the obstacle, or when you just starting off from a traffic light. Once you learn how to use it, your life will become a lot easier. Friction zone is an area of clutch lever travel from where clutch just starts to bite to a fully released lever. If you give a little throttle, just a bit, you can precisely control the power on the rear wheel with your clutch. If you need to accelerate, release clutch just a bit. If you need to slow down, slightly squeeze it. Precise and skillful clutch operation will make your bike super stable and controllable on slow speeds. By the way, there will be a lot of exercises on friction zone and slow speed maneuvers on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can watch video about clutch control on the link below the video. Countersteering. Countersteering is a must-have technique which each and every rider should fully understand and use properly. Too many people think that countersteering applies about 20, 30, 40 miles per hour, which is simply not true. Countersteering is the most effective way to lean the bike on any speed. How it works? When you are not applying any force on handlebars, your motorcycle is self-correcting its trajectory and maintaining balance. It just goes straight ahead. Now, when you want to turn, you can apply steering input. If you push left grip, bike will lose its balance for a short period of time and will start to lean left. When you decide that lean angle is enough, you release pressure, front wheel automatically turns left and bike also goes left. This is countersteering. It works absolutely on any speed. On some bikes, on super slow speeds like 2 or 3 miles per hour, you may need to turn bars into the turn after countersteering, because the front wheel is not quick enough to turn itself. But in most cases, it is not necessary. Again, look. Here I'm going rather quickly. Turn front wheel, bike leans in opposite direction. Release pressure on grips, front wheel self-corrects and bike goes just where I need to. Absolutely identical process on super slow speed. I push grip, front wheel turns, bike leans, I release pressure, front wheel self-corrects and bike turns where I want to go. It is the most effective way to turn on any motorcycle. Of course, you can watch more detailed video on countersteering on my channel. Throttle control. I bet you already saw a lot of video like this. or this, or this. There are not examples of very good throttle control. You can do much better if you learn how to use throttle properly. Always try to use throttle progressively and slowly, don't be abrupt with it. Open throttle slowly and smoothly. More so, remember to close throttle in a smooth manner too, don't just chop it. When operating this way, you won't upset motorcycle suspension and won't make any sudden weight transfer between front and rear wheel. So your bike will go in a smooth, predictable way. Basic throttle control exercise is to find an empty, straight road, put the bike in second gear and go straight, gradually and super slowly opening the throttle. When you gain some speed, start closing the throttle the same way, super slowly and gradually. Try to pay attention to exactly how much you open throttle at any given moment. To further improve your throttle control skills, I recommend you to do some MotoGymkhana style exercises. I will release a few videos on them later. Front brake. Usually, the most powerful and important mechanism on your bike is a front brake. Front brake is your best friend if you know how to use it properly. On any type of motorcycle, in any road conditions, when you start slowing down, your bike's weight always transfers forward. It's inevitable. Because of this, you must use front brake if you want to stop fast. There is no alternative way. Well, maybe you can use anchor instead, but personally, I haven't seen a lot of bikes equipped with anchor. So you just have to learn how to apply front brake, and you should practice emergency braking a lot. Try to do it at least once a week. When braking hard, you should gradually apply the front brake, squeezing it more and more. Don't just grab it all of a sudden, squeeze it. When practicing hard braking, begin with rather slow speeds, 15 or 20 miles per hour. When you get comfortable with these speeds, incrementally increase it up to 40 miles or higher. Notice to how much more space you need to stop from higher speeds. On the road legal speeds, roughly each 12 miles per hour doubles the needed stopping distance. You will need a lot of hard braking training, not only to be able to stop fast, but also to correctly assess your safe speed and get a bike with ABS. Seems like I already mentioned it. So, short summary. If you are a beginner rider and you want to become very good very fast, you should choose correct bike, buy full good quality gear, learn proper riding position, learn how to use your head and eyes, master the friction zone, understand and use countersteering very well, become very good with throttle control and front brake control. With these 8 steps, you will ride much better than 90% of riders in no time. That's it for today. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Bye.